Hey YouTube, what's up? It's the 11th Planet. Um, Remaking a video that I had posted last week and then happened to delete just because I didn't like the way it came out, and I think what I was trying to show everyone really um, wasn't aesthetically pleasing at all. But for starters, as you can see, I have an iPhone on my wallpaper, but it is fully functional. It's basically like an app launcher. I might make a tutorial on how to get it like this, as well as an actual, as you can see, an updated clock. Updates every second so that it's fully updated using Geek Tool. And I created a home button that, I mean, it should take you to your home folder, but I think I'm going to have to change that. I actually made it so that when you double click, it takes you to the applications folder for more applications. Um, it does have its drawbacks in the fact that it's not, if it is hidden, but that's why I've been using drag thing. You can keep different layers, and also Apple's dock, I have it hidden. But what today's video is going to be about is how to create iPhone style icons using the exact image that is packaged in with the IPA file. As you can see, I have ESPN Radio, Pandora. I found the YouTube one, Facebook, and I made a couple myself, such as Word and Transmission and Google Reader, but I also created a full collection for the Adobe Creative Suite. As you can see right here, the whole Creative Suite 4 I made icons for. So the template I'm going to be using, before it was a fold to the edges of your artboard 512 by 512, and technically it is a 512 by 512 image, but it shouldn't look like that. It should be smaller within that artboard. So we're going to be using Illustrator to create our template, Photoshop or an equivalent to load the JPEG or the PNG, whatever it comes in. And then I'm going to run you through the steps of how to create it, how to save it. And with that being said, I think we should get started, just for the sake of time. You're going to need Photoshop or an equivalent, Illustrator or an equivalent, such as Inkscape, Drawberry, or GIMP, or GIMP Shop. And you're going to need File Juicer, which has a 21-day trial. And after that, you're not able to do anything as it watermarks the images we're going to be using. So I would suggest either purchasing the program like I did, or getting them all done very fast, or like I said, I've been doing it for a while, and I have a list of PNGs and ICNS files, and I have 130 almost. So as you can see, like the boxy or bow tie, same size, looks sharp. I do have the Apple Authentic images, and I made a bunch as well for other applications, and such as Google Reader. But that's besides the point. I think we should get into it, and I'm excited. So what you're first going to need to do is you're going to need to go to wherever you have your IPAs stored, and typically that's in your iTunes folder. I have them on my external. So you're going to go to iTunes Media and Mobile Applications, and you're going to want to start File Juicer. So we bring that up, and I think today we'll make one for, I don't know, let's make one for Monopoly. I hope they have it there, because some of them don't actually put the JPEG in there, which is quite disappointing. Then you have to go elsewhere, but hopefully, actually, let's make one for movies. So you drag and drop the IPA onto File Juicer, and as you can see, okay, so it's good, the image is most likely going to be there. You can X out of this. It's just going to run through all of the files stored and that are packaged together within the IPA. So we're going to have to do this pretty quick because I'm timing this on the side and we're close to 5 minutes. But it's going to run through all the images, and this one's not too large, so it should go by pretty quick. And if you go to their website, install one of their like side programs, I guess, the PNGs found in an IPA file are not normal PNGs, so you can actually quit File Juicer, and it opens up in a new Finder window what it did. And we're going to need the JPEG. So it lists two, and as you can see by just a quick look, they're both the same, but we're going to do the iTunes artwork, and we're going to drag that into Photoshop, which I have running for the sake of time, thankfully. So hopefully that loads up, and it does. Excellent. Now once that's loaded up, you can go into Illustrator, and what you're going to need to do in Illustrator is make a new artboard. You can make it 512 by 512. Everything else is correct. You can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to make it untitled. You're going to go to the rounded rectangle tool, click, and you're going to make it 450 pixels by 450 with a 75 corner radius. So that, I think, I found just by using different sizes has been the optimal size. So you're going to click it so it's highlighted using the black cursor. Command C, just copy it. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go back into Photoshop. And we're going to need to, you can hit Option Command I to change the image size. So it's 512 by 512. Hit OK. Take the background, unlock the background, make a new artboard, and you're gonna want to make it 512 by 512. Hit OK. You can drag this in, and it does kind of appear the same, but it might not be at the same time. So now what you're going to want to do is Command V or Edit Paste, whatever, and you're going to want to put it in as a shape layer. Now whatever color you have selected, that's what color it's going to show up, but that's neither here nor there. So this is what it comes up as, and basically what you're going to want to do is first you're going to want to hide the background. As you can see, well, there's no white that's being hidden because the image took up the whole thing. You're going to want to go up here, rasterize the layer, and then go up to opacity and bring the opacity down to somewhere where you can see. Now looking at this, you can see all that's pretty much encapsulated, and you're not going to want to, if you want it to get it to fit a certain part, you're not going to want to move this shape 1 around. You're going to want to move the layer, just because it keeps a uniformity of where it is pasted on the artboard, so that after you make this an ICNS file, the icons are the same size, or they're situated at the same point in like a Finder window or such. So say you want to move it over, you can move it over, but I highly recommend moving the layer rather than the shape. So once that's complete, you're going to want to click on the shape, you're going to hit Command click, then go back to the layer, so the layer's highlighted, hit Shift Command I. So as you can see right here, the outer border should be highlighted. Now when you're on layer 1, or whichever layer it is, that's not the shape, hit delete. Then you can see that the background is taken off, hit Command D to deselect, hide the shape, and there's your icon. Now you could put a gloss on it in Illustrator, and I'll probably show how to do that in another video when I take an actual ICNS image file from an Apple application. But for the sake of time, because we're kind of running out, what we're going to do is we're going to hit Shift Command S, save it as movies. We're going to save it as a PNG, save on the desktop, sure. And we're now going to run it in a program called Image to ICNS, which I do have in my dock. So Image to Icons, I've used it in other videos. So what you're going to do now is hit ICNS, and I'm going to save it in my ICNS file. Hit choose. As you can see, there it is right there, perfect icon image. But I'll do a follow-up video a little bit later, but thanks guys for watching, and hope you enjoy. Comment, rate, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, THE11THPLANET. Thanks guys.